Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Day Trading with Steve. This is Steve Lewis. Hope you're having a good day. Today's video is going to be on a news that happened a few days ago with the economy, which is something that I've been kind of preaching about for about a year or so now. And the economy, it's been really going sour here recently with inflation. And on Wednesday of this week, the Federal Reserve Chairman Jay Powell said that he didn't. A reporter had asked that he thought that we was in a recession. He said not yet. The following day, that Thursday morning, a GDP report came out, which is a crucial report that comes out that measures the growth of the U.S. economy. It was negative for the second time in a row. We are officially in a recession. President Biden said that we weren't, but statistics prove that we are in a recession officially. You know, if you go by the technicalities that they normally go by, being the GDP back-to-back had negative reports. We are in a recession. Now, the confusing part about this is that, and I had traded both of those days, did quite well the day that Jay Powell spoke. But the following day, I traded very lightly, made just a little bit of money. But the markets were up that day. It kind of bounced around. It really did. From slightly bearish, bullish for about an hour or so, and then, the opposite. So it was confusing for a lot of traders. Because typically when the markets go, when you have a GDP report and the markets are down, those reports are down consecutively, like it was this time, that's usually an indication that the market's going to be down. But that wasn't necessarily the case this time around. I think there's some politics certainly that might be going on here, being an election year. That's just my opinion, but it does seem kind of strange that the market's not going down like you would think they should. Not to say that they won't. I do think they will go down. I still think that. I believe that. But normally after those reports come out, you would think it would have taken a hit. It didn't take the hit that it should have. But stay tuned. I do think it's probably going to happen. So, why is this important to the average Joe Blow? Because what y'all going to find out, which I said all along, is that with this recession here and the rate hikes, everything's going to go up. It's going to go up. Trust me. Food, clothes, credit cards, loans, the whole 9 yards. It's going to happen. Okay, so the consumer needs to be prepared for this. Look, I'm just going to call it what it is. I'm just going to speak plain layman's language. It's nothing fancy here. We're in a recession. They can dress it all the way they want to. Okay, we're not quite in a recession. I heard. We close to a borderline. If you have two back-to-back GDP reports, which has been the case, and they won't know light GDP reports, they came out quite strong, indicating that we was in a recession. And so the argument was, well, hey, look, we still got a good job, a strong job market, as far as employment. Well, yeah, okay, but if everything else is going up in price and your income, your pay is not, then that creates inflation. You know, you making $10, $12 an hour, and everything is still going up, but your income is not keeping pace with the cost of living. That creates inflation. So make no bones about it. I ain't no economist. I ain't I don't have any degrees and this stuff, but I've been doing this for a while, and I know what I see, okay? I remember the last recession we had around 2009, okay? I saw it up close and personal. People were losing their homes, losing their jobs. It was a mess, okay? Now, I can't tell you how long this recession is going to last and how deep it's going to be. I've heard everything from maybe not too long to potentially quite a while. So that much I don't know. All I do know is that we are officially in a recession, whether people want to believe it or not. And if you don't believe it, like I say, hang around. I think it's going to be a pretty interesting, time there as far as what's going on with the economy. I said in some of the other videos some hedges or protections that you could kind of like do, while this economy is in turmoil right now. If you have some extra money, it wouldn't be a bad idea to maybe invest in silver. That's usually a pretty good hedge. As far as times where it's tight like this here, gold is too, but gold is expensive. But if you have the funds to do it, yes, you need to take a good look. For those who have 401ks and items like that, it's a good time to reassess and reevaluate your portfolio, because I know people are taking a beating. So you tell me, if you got a 401k, if you lost $50,000 in the last 6 months to a year, you don't think that's not inflation? You don't think that's, you've lost that much money in a short period of time, because things are going haywire? Tell that to the people who lost all that money in their 401k. I bet they would beg to differ. Yeah, we are in a recession. So, you got to get real. Don't be sitting right here, well, I don't know. I know, and they know too. So you got to use some common sense here too. We don't take nobody with a degree from Harvard to see this here and what's going on. So, there's some things you can do. Like I said, purchase some silver, maybe treasury bonds or whatever if you need to. I think it wouldn't be a bad idea to have some cash on hand, okay? For just in case, because like I said, we don't know really to what extent this thing's going to go to. And it's always good to have cash on hand anyway. Well, what if you don't have cash? What if you don't have the resources to kind of like, weather the storm? Well, as I say in some previous videos, scale back on your living, on your living standards. It might be a little tight, might have to pinch a little bit, but go out less, drive less, don't spend as much. You might have to get you a second job, a part-time job, if you can find them. If you do, it might be where you don't want to do it, but if it's gonna help you pay the bills, you do what you gotta do. Everybody, we grown people here. Let's be real here. You gotta do what you gotta do sometime. So anyway, I do think that the American people in general is going to see some things coming up here. Like I say, we got a midterm elections in a few months. So I would say watch that and see what happens, because, when you have government changing, from one party to another, they have different agendas too, and different policies. So that also affects the economy too. So I don't know who's going to win in November, but whether you like them or not, you should at least watch and see what they're talking about and this and that. I have some other thoughts on that, but I'm not going to go into that. I'm going to keep that kind of private. So also too, in my other videos previously, I talked about Nadex. Okay, what was Nadex? And I encourage y'all to go and check it out on the websites, nadex.com, nadex.com. Look at it, check it out. You can open up a demo account where they'll give you $10,000 to practice how to day trade. Now, I read something the other day. This is something I always wondered. So I'm just going to put it out there. I'm not the greatest speaker in the world. I guess y'all figure that out. And I'm not the fanciest person in the world. I mean, I know big words and all that fun stuff. But you know what? My thing is, sometimes, you just need to talk real to people. And that's what I think people really want to hear. They got millions of videos out here that's, people speak very articulate. They're dressed in suits and ties, elaborate offices, etc., etc. That's great. I'm not knocking them. But, and they may cater to a special audience or a certain audience, and that's fine and dandy. I don't know who I cater to. But I'm trying to be as real and honest as I can. And one of the questions I had is, I hear people talking about, and I've been wanting to say this for a while, but now I'm going to say it because I'm thinking about it. People are taught to invest, okay? They're taught to invest their money. Work hard. Invest your money for when you get older, you have a retirement, to get by on, once you retire. And I don't disagree with that. I agree wholeheartedly. I never disagree with that. I'm all for that. But let's just say if you're a young person, and I'm being real, and I'm speaking to you, because I know there's more people like this than not. And if you go out here and you start, let's just say you start to work somewhere and they got a 401k that they encourage you to join. So you join and you put some money into that 401k on a monthly basis, or every 2-week basis. So you do it. And you work that job, I'm just making this up now, but you work that job for, let's say, 40 years. Then, in a 40-year time frame, the economy goes through all kinds of stuff. Recessions, wars, this and that. That's a long time. So you retire, and this is kind of how it works. So you let's just say you get a job at 21. You retire at, let's say, 60. We'll say 66. It may change by the time someone who's 21 retire, but for right now, 66, 67, somewhere in there. So you worked 45 years of your life. 45. And you might have maybe, we'll say you have maybe $700,000 accumulated. Okay? Now, that sounds like a lot of money, but it's taking you 45 years to get there. And let's just say 45 years from now, the cost of living is going to be certainly way more than it is right now. So, you got all this time invested with this company, and you don't know really what's going to go down 45 years from now. Okay? Now, the question I always had is that, okay, if you put money away in your 401k for 45 years, unless you really, really aggressively putting it away, and I mean a lot, even though most companies will match it, up to a certain percentage, is that going to be enough? This is a question that a lot of people have right today. People have worked, people have worked 30, 40 years, and their 401k is still questionable. Because you got to figure, if you work 40, 45 years, what kind of health condition you're going to be dealing with at that time. Inflation is going to be certainly more expensive then than it is today. Will it be enough? That's why you see so many people going out here working second jobs and stuff. They don't have enough. So they got to go out here, and work a second job just to make ends meet. Sometimes I've seen people even work 3 jobs. 65, 70 years old. There's been many times I've been in Walmart seeing somebody greeting. They old, they're 70-something years old. Is that what they want to do? Do you really think that's what they want to do? Sometimes they say, well, I got to keep busy. Do you really think at that age, most people want to be out here in the Walmart or somewhere greeting people? Come on. No. So they'll tell you this. See, I'm keeping it real today. I feel kind of feisty. Well, yeah, you should invest because, you're going to need this money down the road and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I got that. That's not the argument I'm having. I'm saying what I don't understand is why some leading experts, don't day trade. Well, day trading is like gambling. It's risky. It's dangerous. You might well be going to Las Vegas or somewhere. Well, yeah, that's true. If you don't have a clue what you're doing. If you don't know what you're doing, then yeah, it's a gamble. But it's also a gamble when you go outside driving your car somewhere too. And by the way, let's just keep this real too. Investing is also risky too. Yeah, but it's not as risky as day trading. Tell it to the people who lost $50,000, $60,000 in their 401k in the last year because of the economy. Make you think now, huh? Because the real deal is, when you investing like that, most people don't stay on top of their investment. They just have their money going out to fund manager or somebody, and they just doing whatever they think. And sometimes what they do with your money is not really in your best interest. Now, I'm not saying there's not some good ones out there. There's some excellent ones out there. But some of them, not all that good. So if you knew how to kind of watch what's going on with your money, maybe you can make better decisions so you don't take such a blow. But people don't think that way. Oh, day trading? No, you want to do that, you might lose all your money. Well, if you knew what you was doing, you would lose money sometime. We all lose money, people who day trade. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. You're crazy. It's impossible not to lose sometime. But if you know what you're doing, you won't take a big blow necessarily, because you know what's going on. You know how to kind of interpret the news and patterns and this and that. So you won't take such big blows. People, I don't know. I don't know what to say. People just don't want to take responsibility because it's your money. So you rather go out here and work your butt off, 2, 3 jobs, till you can't work no more. You fall broken down, this and that. You get old, you gonna have health problems. That's become another bill because you got health issues. When in reality, if you had took maybe a alternative route and started learning how to day trade, maybe you could have had some money accumulated, and where you actually generating money. So you wouldn't be sitting around pulling your hair out of your head, trying to figure out how you go buy groceries. This needs to be said because I see it. Now, I never understood, not that I'm against investing, because I'm for it. I'm just saying why you can't maybe learn to generate money through day trading. It's lucrative. It's interesting. You'll learn a lot. You don't have to wait 40 years to have accumulated some money. You can go out here and do a trade and make, $1,000 an hour. There's so many ways to do this thing. It's ludicrous. I ain't no rocket scientist. I ain't got no degree. I definitely won't born with a silver spoon. But I'm doing it. I put work into it. So you mean to tell me you wouldn't want to, if you had an opportunity to learn how to make money, and all you had to do was just study and, try to accumulate enough risk capital to trade, you don't think you'd want to do it? Well, it's too hard. But it ain't too hard to go down to, the lottery. They just had $1.2 billion lottery, and someone just won it, But I looked at the card. They said that the chance of someone winning that was 1 out of 303 million. 303 million. When you can go out here and day trade, you ain't gonna make no, $1 billion. But if you can make an extra $500,000, once, twice a week or more, you don't think that would maybe help things along with your finances? I hear people griping all the time. I don't get it. I just don't. Like I said, I'm not knocking investing. You should do it, definitely. No question about that. That is not even a topic here. I'm just saying, but people who go out here and invest, when you ask them, not all of them, but a lot of them say, what do you think about day trading? They usually frown upon day traders. It's risky, it's like gambling, blah, blah, blah. You gotta know what you're doing. I would, going to a hospital and getting heart surgery, that's a gamble too. But the physician that's doing the surgery, supposed to be trained and know what he's doing. It ain't no guarantee you will come out of the surgery alive, but it's a good possibility that you might make it because he's trained. So it's the same analogy with day trading. Whether you trade in Forex, futures, Nadex, options, you have to put the time and effort into it. I can't make you do it, but I can mentor you for a fee, of course, because ain't, like I say in my previous videos, nothing's free, nothing, and I ain't gonna be that way neither. But I'm not gonna hit you up like some of these bigger companies would do. Well, Steve, you're doing okay financially. Why can't you offer this service for free? Because my time is valuable and important. And the same thing you asked me that, then go over there and ask Charles Schwab that. They'll look at you and laugh, tell you good day and get on with your business. So, I'm just keeping it real. It's time, I personally think that financially, the economy is in a dire shape. And I'm just keeping it real. I'm not, trying to be nasty or mean-spirited or nothing like that. But people need to hear the real truth. And I think they deserve it. If you're going to go out here and work an extra job or whatever, then take some of that money or whatever and put it in, save it and put it into an account so you can trade. And learn as much as you can. Learn as much about, the economy and what's going on. It takes time. It takes time. But you need to know. It's better to do this than looking at what Real Housewives of Atlanta or something. That ain't doing you no good. There's a lot of drama. And if you think all this stuff ain't got nothing to do with you, it's got something to do with all of us because it's directly affecting our pocketbooks. So you would sit there and not do nothing, and next thing you know, you'd be saying, "Damn, wow, well, my 401k, I lost $70,000. Well, what did you do to try to stop that? Oh, really? So, you have to take some accountability. If you see things ain't working the way you want to, then you have to kind of take some different approaches. And no, going down and play the lottery is not the ticket. Well, if it is the ticket and you get the right ticket, I guess it is. Like that person that won the $1 million lottery today. But that's not the norm. So most people don't win $1 billion or whatever. But it's okay. Like I said, you can generate an extra couple $100 a week, a couple of $1,000 a week. I think you'll see it'll be a big help. So give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share, and like this video here. I want to hear your feedback. What do you think? Am I wrong? Do I know what I'm talking about? Because I ain't got a suit and tie on and a degree from Harvard and all this stuff as an economist. Or am I really making sense and keeping it real to the American public? Real people. Not Wall Street, Main Street. People who got to go out here every day and work. People who are trying to survive. Those people there in Washington and Wall Street, they are so far removed from reality, it's pathetic. They just greedy. They just want their own money and stuff, and hey, you own your own. So you just gotta kind of use things a little differently. Use tools that you're not accustomed to using, and try to make things a little better for yourselves in these tough financial times. Because ain't no one gonna help you if you don't help yourself. You just be a sitting duck. So anyway, you can reach me at Dynamo, DYNAMO 2160 at yahoo.com. Send me an email if you have any questions or anything pertaining to wanting to know more about how to trade. I don't have all the answers. No one does, but I know enough to do okay. And if you're interested, give me a shout out. All right. That's it for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you didn't, I'll try to do better next time. Until then, peace.